up?
I don't know.
That's right, folks. Nervous. Welcome to Free Admissions. This is Jim Krassers. I'm Joey the Bull. That's Don Doe. And our special guest, Mike John from 10th Planet, Orange County. I heard not just one 10th Planet, but Orange County.
Orange, more specifically, but yes.
He said Orange County.
It is. It's in Orange County.
That's what I'm talking about.
The city of Orange is in Orange County.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Good to have you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Fresh off of Subs on the Shore, hanging out this weekend, getting ready for a big event this coming weekend.
Yeah. I'm doing the Zapatero Qualifiers Invitational in Florida this weekend. It's to compete for a spot in the real Zapatero, which is the 155 invite only. So
cool.
No, it's really cool, especially right now where there's like no sports on at all or anything. There's like UFC and there's like Submission on the Shore and just kind of premier grappling events.
Underground. It's Submissions Underground, right?
Yeah. Exactly. That too. It's almost kind of like Fight Club-ish.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I like
so
that.
I'm just excited to compete, and also like the plane tickets super cheap right now. So it's like I've really no excuse not to go. So I can't. And also I just love competing. It's all just good reps.
Very nice. I like that.
Yes, sir.
But taking advantage of what you can do in a place where everything is kind of being shut down. You can't even plan your weekends anymore. You can't go to a restaurant.
Nah, it's crazy. Well, primarily, I mostly just train anyway for the most part, so I'm pretty fortunate. I just train, get my food, and just keep training. So it's not even like the weekends. It's cool to go out and all that, but for the most part, if I go out, I might be drinking, might be eating food that's not the best, kind of thing like that. I might spend any money, so it's kind of nice just to. These last 3 months, I know have been really bad for certain people, but for myself, I've been training the most I've ever trained, and I feel great, man. I feel sharp. I really enjoyed it, honestly. I don't enjoy the pandemic part, obviously. I made the best of it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert, can you give us a signal when Mr. Kerman's on?
It's a video. So
Oh, I thought you said he was coming on live, so we're going to cut to that right away because I want to get into more with Mike John, but we're going to start the show off again with the fight analytics of Garrett Kerman. He is, in my opinion, the best at the picks because we just watched UFC over the weekend and all of his picks came out. So I wish I put money down. Too bad I don't have much money. So we're going to turn this around. We're going to hit it with Garrett Kerman.
Analyst here, back on the Gym Crashers podcast to bring to you my best bets for this week's fights at UFC Fight Islands 1 and 2. That's right, there's 2 fight cards this week. That means double the money. If you were with us last week, you would have made a ton of money with us. We cashed in on bets like Kamaru Usman to win by decision at plus 150 and Peter Yan to win at minus 225. And we're back to make you a ton of money this week again. First off, on our first fight card on Wednesday, I'm looking to make a ton of money and bet a ton of money on the Boston finisher, Calvin Kattar, to win inside the distance at minus 110. I believe he's an absolute contender at 145 pounds, and he's going to put a stamp in the 145-pound division when he wins over Dan Ige. Ige is one tough, gritty fighter, likes to brawl and get in there and just make things hard for his opponents, whether it's grappling, taking them down, or just getting in their face, pushing up against the cage and landing heavy shots. But it's going to be very, very hard to do that on the long, lengthy, rangy fighter in Calvin Kattar. He's great. His boxing is crisp. He uses his length the best you've seen at 145 pounds. He's one of the best strikers in the entire division. I think he's got one of the best boxing techniques in the entire UFC. It's just that good. And he has decent enough wrestling to keep this fight on the feet. And if you've seen in the last fight and Dan Ige against Edson Barboza, which was a very, very close decision. It was a split decision win by him, but he was clipped early on in that fight. He was getting hit a ton. He let Edson land 50% of his strikes, and if he does that against Calvin Kattar, he might not even last to the end of this fight, and that's why we're taking him inside the distance. I don't see Dan Ige being able to absorb 6-7 strikes per minute from Calvin Kattar and not be put away. I just don't think he's that tough to go 25 minutes of taking that much damage. And we are going to cash in big time on Calvin Kattar. Next up on Saturday night's card, we have Alexandre Pantoja to win at minus 200 over Askar Askarov. This is going to be a great fight, but I just think Pantoja is just on another level right now. He is the next man up in the flyweight division. Once Joe B and Figueiredo are done with their little feud, I think Pantoja is definitely the next one up. Is going to get his title shot after he wins here again against Askarov. I think he's just the far better striker, and his defensive grappling has gotten much, much better. And I just think he's going to be able to outwork Askarov on the feet. I just think he's just way, way better and crisper, and he's got better power, much more power on the feet. He's just going to be able to go in there, do what he does, defend the takedowns, and possibly put Askarov away. He was taking some heavy damage in his last fight. So I just think I think Pantoja is the next man up. He's going to show that he is the next best flyweight in the entire division. And I'm taking him minus 200, going to cash out big on that one. In my value bet of the week, it's Brett Johns at plus 180. I have absolutely no clue why Brett Johns is a plus 180 underdog against Montel Jackson. I know Montel Jackson is this top prospect at 135 pounds. He's extremely long and extremely strong for the division. And I don't know what it is and what Brett Johns has to do to show that he is a legit contender at 135 pounds. You threw him a UFC debuter last fight, and he absolutely dominated. And this fight should be much, much closer. And then we're getting a ton of value. If we've seen in Jackson's fight against Ricky Simone, it tells us one thing: his takedown defense needs some work. And Johns is great at doing that. His offensive grappling is great. His chain wrestling is good. And whether we win this or not, it's just crazy value to not take Brett Johns here at almost 2-1 odds. Maybe you could wait a little bit towards, fight time. Maybe Montel Jackson will get bet up, but plus 180 is a great line. And I believe he's going to put a wrestling clinic on here and show that he really is a legit contender again at 135 pounds. Remember, he was on a streak of wins at 135 pounds to just lose to Pedro Munoz by those heavy leg kicks. Other than that, I just don't see Montel Jackson really beating anyone of his caliber yet. Maybe he can show me that he is the top prospect that he is, but I'm going to take Brett Johns here, plus 180, and he's going to cash out big time. With that said, that's my best bets for this week. You guys can catch me on The Fighter and The Analyst. Probably going to be around Friday this week because we got fights tomorrow. And I'm also going to be on Inside the Distance podcast over on the Fight Bananas YouTube channel. You can catch me there Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what I got for you guys. Let's get this money. We're going to cash out at the ticket window, and I will see you guys there, and I'll see you guys next week. You guys have a good one.
Sick. The Fight Analyst.
That's crazy. I mean, all of his picks last week for phenomenal. I mean, I should have put money in. I mean, I should have.
I'm gonna follow him.
That's crazy. Like I could
Follow
have
the
been
Gym Crashers, please.
Could have bought myself something nice.
Yes. Well, hey, like us, subscribe to us, and please share the link. We're here back with Mike John from 10 Planet Orange.
Yes, sir.
Pre-Florida.
Pre-Florida, yeah. I'm going to the Zapatero qualifiers this weekend in Florida.
So awesome.
Yeah, no, super excited. It's always it's cool to build the skill of competing in other places because it's definitely a process. Because it's for sure it's stressful to like compete just in general. But when you have to go to like say like Chicago or even Las Vegas or Boston or something, it's for sure a skill to have to just relax, go in there, eat, find a good place to eat, not eat like dog shit. So it's cool. It'll be fun.
I think it's a cool area that you're going to. I'm sad for your mom, dude. She's really upset with you, but she's going to get over
She's
it.
pissed.
She's going to see this and say, "Do not go."
Like, don't you go. I'm just like, I'm kind of just ignoring her right now.
You know what? You're kind of leaving COVID Central to go to COVID Central. I mean, we're not slacking over here in California. They shut us down for a reason, so I wouldn't worry about it. It's not like you're going from someplace off the grid that doesn't have it. Right?
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a hot spot here too.
Totally.
We're not doing so well here either. But also, I like the herd immunity thought through kind of thing. So,
and I hate it because You get to enjoy all the restaurants, going inside and eating and enjoying some food. Now they make you sit outside. I mean, I can't enjoy Lucille's out in the sun. I mean, I need a shade or something. And plus, it's been hot lately. I mean, how can I enjoy food when I'm sweating?
I thought he was going to complain about the plastic chairs.
It's hot.
It's hot, bro.
Have you eaten
It's like over
outside?
100 degrees.
Huh?
Have you eaten outside lately?
I know, but I actually barbecued a couple of times outside.
I mean, at a restaurant. Have you been out?
I went to an Inca style restaurant. What do you call it?
Inca Mama, Peruvian.
Down in Lake Forest, and they had a little setup that was outside the restaurant. It was nice.
It's right on Lake Forest Drive.
Yeah, it's right. It was beautiful. It's the same parking lot where the El Ranchito's at. It's a little shopping center, and the Inca place is right there.
What did you have, Joe?
It's the famous food they make. It's
Lomo saltado.
something. There you go, with the French fries in the bottom.
That's it.
Yeah, no man, it
We're
was so
foodies,
good.
bro.
Oh
This
man,
is food jitsu here.
and I had an Inca Cola. An Inca Cola was so good too. And I'm like, oh.
Yes, Robert.
I don't have no complaints. They had me in 29 Palms on Sunday, 113 degrees, working outside.
Did you eat outside?
Yes, I did. It was hot as shit. And I was,
What do they serve in 29 Palms? Coconuts?
no, I
So
had,
racist.
Palm trees
I
everywhere.
had Taco Bell. I had Taco Bell.
Oh, hell, he's living
geez.
it up.
Sat in the back
Don't
of
sit
my
in the car with him after that.
Sat in the back with my van trunk popped open, sat under the thing, and just ate fucking Taco Bell.
You need like churro, no diarrhea after eating that.
That's
Oh shit!
It's,
dude.
it's churros.
No, hey, no joke. So
Here we go.
So after the job, right? We're leaving after work, and I'm like driving down the street. I'm like, dude, I need to use the bathroom.
Oh,
But it was right after we left 29 Palms between that and Yucca. So like for 20 minutes, I'm like, I'm gonna shit myself. I'm gonna shit. I gotta finally found the Chevron, and I got there just in time. But you know, he gotta like kind of squeak down the thing.
Oh, it was dripping,
It's
huh?
pretty bad. No, it didn't drip, Joey. But
I'm just
I had to
saying.
squeeze to get to the
Kilauea
bathroom.
just killed 29 Palms.
Hey, I was the bathroom was clean though.
Hey,
So
Chevron,
happy.
Starbucks.
after you fucking blew it up, you left a nice Picasso in the toilet bowl.
No, I did the courtesy flush. I respected the clean toilet.
Oh, the
so.
courtesy flush?
We did the 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu tour with Our Life CBD.
Really, this story now.
Yeah, and he was talking about going. But he had Panda Express, I think, at midnight. It was probably 3 or 4 hours old.
Oh.
And the next 3 days, it never gave up. It just kept coming out.
So
3 days of it. He had a lot in his system.
That's a long time.
It was
a
mustard
long
gas.
time
That's
to
what I
be
called it.
messed
Yeah, we had to sleep with the hotel room door open.
Oh my goodness.
And he just ate the whole panda from Panda Express.
That's how many visits he
bad
made. I said,
panda.
leave the door open. I'm going to die. Yes, it was. No, we're going on
It
another
sounded
tour.
painful for
Yes.
everybody.
I mean,
For me, man,
have you had
jeez.
episodes like that yourself where you ate something and you're driving so far you have to really go and you're like trying to squeeze really tight and you're sweating and you're like
I love where the show's going.
A pizza bagel one time.
a pizza bagel,
Pizza
huh?
bagel that
Wow.
for sure had a little bit of extra stuff, bad stuff on it. Yeah, that was like one of those. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Like, oh my god.
Where's the bagel shop at you went to?
It was up north from Modesto.
Okay.
From Modesto.
We'll never have to go there again.
California.
We'll never go
no.
there.
Well, there's nothing really there anyway. To be honest with you. So
Pizza bagel. Damn.
pizza. I know. I was young, stupid.
Oof.
It was like last year.
See, he's healthy, dude. It only happened last year. When was your last episode, Joe?
What
On the
about
way
you?
over?
I'm also about to ask you,
Oh,
Don.
you don't want to hear my stories. This whole show's based upon those stories.
No, the last time I had something like that, I was in the whole cleansing phase, and I was drinking that Asian tea that that makes you. So I decided to double up on the tea bags, thinking, "Oh, this is going to help." So I went to the store to go buy some groceries, I think. And by the time I left the store, my stomach was bubbling to the point where I was sweating, clenching. By the time I got out of the car, I called my wife, "Open the fucking door," because
Get ready for me.
we had two restrooms, one downstairs and one up the little 3 steps to our bedroom. So I ran to the one downstairs. By the time I dropped my shorts, it was like a machine gun splatter. All the way down from the wall of the toilet seat into the toilet bowl. I had to sit in my own shit. That's how bad it hurt.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like Smokey and Friday. I just sit in the bushes and take care of business.
I can't do
What
that.
you doing back there, Smokey?
I can't squat. I'm afraid I might shit my own feet. Anyway, back to our guest. Sorry, brother.
No, it was very informative. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's always
very, very happy.
He's like, why did I come here?
At least he rolls with it.
It's whenever I want to talk about my bad food experiences, I'll come right here.
There you go.
Every Tuesday, I'm here.
So, Mike John, are you prepared for Florida? You prepared for this
I was
whole
going to say
thing?
the same thing because we're getting on a plane here in just 2 days, 3 days
I
from
leave
now.
Friday morning.
So Friday morning, what's the game plan? What's the prep for a big event? out of state?
So a lot of 8-minute rounds within my gym and just trying to get killed a lot, and then a lot of overtime work. Those are the primarily what I'm focusing on. As terms of like just the growth in my game, I'm focusing on like leg locks to failed leg locks to back attacks. But for the most part, I'm just trying to go with everybody in the gym that I know could kick my ass kind of thing. I'm trying to put myself in really bad positions for 8 minutes straight. Those times where I want to quit and I want to walk out, I just ignore the voice in my head and I just keep going. Doing a lot of overtime because overtime is a huge part of the sub-only game. That's a game in itself. So it's a lot of preparation on that. And even a lot of just film study too, watching other high-level grapplers, Keith Krikorian, Craig Jones, Gary Tonin, all those guys that are super entertaining that have a lot of success in those sub-only type tournaments,
Yeah.
So I like to watch the EBI qualifiers, like to watch all that stuff and kind of just get my mind in like the rolling mindset, so to speak, and just getting ready,
I love that too. Yeah. I know the guys that stream it.
Yeah. And then a lot of it too is just telling myself no matter what happens, I'll find a way out. No matter how bad I'm and no matter what position I'm in, I'll always find a way out kind of thing.
I like that thinking. So with overtime, are you putting yourself in spider web, getting people on your back? What else is there?
That's pretty much it.
Those are the two choices?
For EBI, yeah. I know some other promotions like Submission on the Shore does sudden death takedowns, but for the sub only, for the most part, it's the back or spiderweb armbar.
Okay,
So,
hand on the ground.
Yeah. So I've been going there with a lot of. There's a really good black belt at my gym named John Cho, who just destroys me from spiderweb. So I'm just like, cool. If I can survive him, I can survive anybody, kind of thing. But it's just it's very humbling, because like obviously you don't want to get beat up in the gym, but also I get beat up in the gym, so out there it's a little easier, so I have more confidence out there.
Sure. So it's about escape time.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily using your traditional skills to escape the spider web. You want to actually, you got to get loose pretty quick and get your arm out and gain position.
No, for sure. I mean, first thing is getting a solid structure and making sure you're safe, and the next thing is are you looking to go for like a super late escape where you fully turn around like a hitchhiker escape, or kind of stack and slowly work out kind of thing. There's
Turn the key.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge. Turning the key, thumb down. I myself have been working on the hitchhiker escape lately just because it's fun. I've been watching a lot of Gary Tonin. He hits it a lot, especially in I think EBI. I think it was 7, the light heavyweights. But he's got a great hitchhiker escape. Just pushes that thing, goes thumb down, and just goes balls to the wall.
Is that his strength, or is it the hitchhiker escape just work because of technique? Because he's a strong dude.
I would say it's his strength. If you watch his match versus Crone Gracie, which I heard about like 7 years, I've never even seen the full thing. I've only seen clips of it. But he was in an armbar for a long time against Crone, like a really bad deep one, and he just gutted it out. And he probably took a couple pops, probably took some damage on the way out. But once again, how bad do you want it? How comfortable are you just with them late escapes?
Yeah.
Because, and I think in all honesty, it kind of takes a lot to break an arm for the most part. You may get hyperextension.
Yeah.
It takes a lot.
That shit sucks. I remember trying out jiu-jitsu for the first time and getting tied up in an armbar. And here I'm trying to be a tough guy and trying to pull out. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to tap out until towards the end. I did tap out. And the next day I was in pain.
Yeah.
And that taught me a lesson. Don't be that tough guy. If you
don't
feel
pull out.
Just freaking tap it, man. Because I couldn't pull out, man. For the damn.
Yeah, no, it's a hard lesson. It's a hard lesson to learn for sure. Tap early and often.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do me a favor.
Question, Robert.
Somebody invite Sun Yu on the show.
Sun Yu, we're inviting you on the show, buddy.
Sun Yu, let's go. Super fight, let's go.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
My feelings because he only subscribed to me now. We've been friends for a while.
It's because he didn't know your real name. He thought you were the Polynesian panda. Right?
Dude, I love that guy. That guy is all the way up all the time.
Right.
Does not care who you are.
For sure.
He's also 130 pounds, I might add. That's right, son. What's up?
I love that guy too.
No, he's probably the most game person I've ever met in my entire life, and probably one of the most mentally strong people as well. Yeah. He's a gamer for sure.
So we're gonna try to book this guy in the show, right?
Oh, I would watch. I'd probably hope to be right there, honestly.
He's a cool dude.
He's funny as shit too.
Is he a basketball player too?
Yeah.
He hoops for sure. He's a MMA fighter, jiu-jitsu specialist.
Because when I met him, we had our little mini dojo at Next Level Sports, and it was a basketball complex.
Okay.
So I thought maybe he was playing basketball there, or was he doing jiu-jitsu there?
No, he was playing basketball there and he hurt his ankle.
And
that's how I met him. So
his weak little ankles.
Get the microphone. Let's hear your story, because you're dissing him without that mic.
So I was there, and there was always a jiu-jitsu group that came in. It was like this Korean guy that I recognize all the time because he looked like Frank Park. And then so
was
like
the Korean zombie.
And he was just a big Korean. And then one day he was wearing a jiu-jitsu shirt. And then a couple weeks later, I guess Son was playing and he hurt his ankle. And then went to get him ice. And bring ice to him because he fucked up his ankle. Then I noticed his shirt said Jiu-Jitsu, and I think it was 10th Planet.
Oh, nice.
So we just started talking, and then that's how I kind of came.
So you're telling me son you hurts his ankle in jiu-jitsu and takes it easy
basketball.
by playing basketball?
Oh, he hurt his ankle playing basketball.
Got it. I was like, wow, that's a new way of getting better.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, I'll just go play hoops on it.
That's right.
I'll just go jump on my body weight.
I'm gonna go pivot on it a whole lot.
Yeah, that'll for sure toughen that up. Right?
And then later on, like throughout the year or two that I've known him, I would run into him at Hawaiian Gardens.
Oh, he's
So
one
I'm
of
like,
those
okay.
guys.
This guy plays poker too.
He likes that.
He gets down at Hawaiian Gardens. He gets down.
I don't know if Robert is getting down to Hawaiian Gardens, but whatever he's doing, he's getting free meals because I walk in there and they treat me like little brother royalty. So.
No, for sure. If you're hungry, you go with Son. He'll hook you up for sure.
Bomb food.
It's crazy, man. He's just like, no. They know me. It's cool.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
He's just waving them down. They already know.
I was just like, I don't.
They already
think
knew his
like
order.
that. Yeah.
I was just gobbling it up.
Yeah.
Keep it coming.
As a former, I used to work at Chili's as a server, bartender. I fucking hate that shit when people are just like, here. I'm just like, oh my god, treat me like a human, please.
It's a tough job.
Yeah.
Usually I wave $1. Like, come here, big boy.
Actually, that was.
He's at the tit club.
Maybe like 5. You know.
For them, like for me and Son, like for where we're at, it's actually like when we go like this, those people run because they know, like, first of all, we're VIP, so we don't have to pay for the food, so we're gonna tip them really well anyways.
Then
and because we're poker players, they're like they literally see our hands up and they'll just like
sprint over.
try to get
So
there
it's
first.
almost like a bird going to the bread at the far.
Yeah, they know, like, okay, these guys tip, more than.
It's a little different then.
Yeah. So like we treat them well. I'm really nice to them. I don't like treat them bad or anything.
Did they recognize you when you walk in the
Oh
casino?
yeah, they call me Mr. Robert. Yeah.
Right away.
Okay, that's cool.
And the players know. They'll separate or they'll gather around
like,
you.
okay, so there's like, if you play there enough, you kind of know the different cliques, the different people in there. There are people that play together. Like, so there's a private room on the VIP on the right side that has just like glass walls on it. Like, so there's games that they set up, and you have to have a certain amount of money that you bring in to actually be able to do that. Yeah. And so there's like, so people know each other, and you get invited to those little private games, and you play there. Then on the back corner, there's a high stakes side, where like you get some of the pros that play on that side here and there when they're in town.
Do you play there?
I'm gonna say once. I played once because somebody invited me, and they staked me because he had to do something. But he wanted, I don't know why, but he just wanted somebody to sit in that spot and just...
He wanted to take your money.
No, he gave me money to play in his spot.
Oh, like you did for me, and it was gone in 2 seconds. Here's 100. I'm like, you don't have to do that. It was gone. All you gotta do is buy me food. I don't need $100. He just gives me money.
But we made a shit ton before we got there, remember? In like
I don't remember,
10
but
seconds.
If he says so, we made a shit ton before we got there. I don't remember who we robbed.
I need to take lessons.
I don't know what we did, but maybe we did.
No, we
Either way, you got it done.
Hey,
you made things happen.
He stayed and he probably paid his mortgage for 3 months, and I walked out of there $100 less of his money. So I said, I'm out of here.
It's really nothing. Really.
Nothing. It hurts my feelings to lose his money. He's my homie. It is what it is, right?
Good
I lose my own.
We'll go back to the story.
Yeah. Robert's teaching us about gambling. Do people bet on jiu-jitsu? Is that a big thing right now? Before we move on,
I haven't heard of it.
I haven't heard of too much of it either, to be honest. I don't think so. Unless it's just like personal bets kind of thing, like you're texting somebody kind of thing. But for the most part, no. It's like, I'll make a bet on you. It's like, with who?
I'm trying to bet on Joey the Bull. Joey's looking to out-eat tacos on Chris Cruz.
I could see, though, ADCC having some kind of bracket somewhere. I could see that.
I could see some underground betting going on.
You should fire that up.
I think there might. I will look it up while you guys talk.
That'd be cool.
I was hoping you were going to start it. I was going to
like
put money on your picks.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Because, that's something I'm passionate about. I feel like
it's a sport that you know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know with all of your might. This is what you train in. So I would believe you.
I mean, even then, like,
it goes either way.
Yeah, picks are picks kind of thing. I think the sport's so crazy. I think that's the cool part of jiu-jitsu. There's so many unlimited possibilities in this game we're playing.
Yeah, that's a fact. And you're a black belt now.
Yes,
How long
sir.
have you had your black belt?
I'm a baby black belt. I got mine, I think, January 17th, 2020. Not that I know or anything. But oh, nice. I think, around that time, I just got promoted. Super excited.
That's pre-COVID. That's killer.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. No, it was very awesome because for a while I just show up and I train. I show up and I train, and then eventually you're a black belt.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's what you got to do. You got to keep going.
So apparently there are betting online online bettings for Jiu-Jitsu. So far, I only found Polaris, but there's no events now. But they had a betting line for Polaris at one point. I bet there's got to be one for Sug somewhere, because if Polaris is on here,
Sug's coming up. Yeah.
I honestly think Sug. Yeah, because doesn't Chael own like a gambling thing on like a Bet DSI or something?
Exactly.
So I mean,
and he has a stake in that. Yeah, so that would make sense.
Yeah, there's submission underground betting odds too.
That one I can see perfect, just because Chael, has that for actual UFC fights and has his own promotion for grappling. I can see them going intertwined a little bit.
I like it. We're going to have to look at that a little further.
I love Chael. I think he was one of the best shit talkers in the game for a while.
He's a great host. He's a great shit talker.
Yeah. Love that guy.
His fights were impressive. I mean, he almost took out Anderson Silva to the very last second.
I don't know. I think his fights pre Anderson Silva were fairly boring.
Sure.
If I had to be honest with you, Anderson Silva was like, oh my god, because like who had made Anderson Silva look human other than Chael, kind of thing like that. But even after that, he looked pretty good against like Michael Bisping. He won a split decision. Looked pretty good on as a classic striker versus grappler. And then when he came back against Silva the second time. Didn't look as good. Good thing I finished in the first round. But sure. I would say just that first Silva fight really got him in the spotlight and really kind of showcased his skills and how he markets himself too. Yeah, he's great at building it up. That's what it's all about. Yeah, it's interesting how Silva came back and figured him out though. Yeah. I guess that's what it's all about. I remember Chael's downfall. He threw like a spinning back fist and like tripped and ended up on the fence like this. Yeah, it looked very sloppy. He just kind of like walking down like, you done messed up, boy. Yeah. That's crazy.
No, I was really hoping. I know he was in the past talking about moving to the direction to like the WWE back, because that I can totally see him.
He's made for it, right?
Yeah. He's made for WWE. Just his whole attitude, I can see it happen. But he's doing great where he's at now. So.
I thought he brought WWE to the UFC when he's like, Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck. And just right after one of his fights, I'm like, damn, he went after him. Like,
there was a cartoon where he was like petting a bus.
Oh, trying to feed the bus a carrot?
yeah. With a big nog, right? He's saying big nog.
Yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious.
He's all, did you hear my story? He was petting the bus.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Trying to feed it a carrot.
Yeah. That's talking some shit.
No, that was
for really those days.
Oh, man. It was so good. I think it was like on a Ariel Helwani interview.
Early Helwani, right?
That was hilarious.
He just the way he says stuff, the way he like spins stuff, it almost sounds like it's factual the way he says it.
Yeah, he has a very strong take on things, and it makes you want to believe, but then you have to go back and do research and
like,
go,
no,
wait a minute.
He lost Anderson Silva, and he's like, someone's like, if you beat Anderson Silva, and he's like, if I beat Anderson Silva, I punched him like 327 times to like 1. What are you talking about? I beat his ass. He grabbed his legs around my head for 2 seconds. And then someone's like, well, you still tapped, kind of thing like that. And he's all, where I'm from, the streets of Portland, Oregon, you wrap your legs around another man's head. That makes you not a winner. Kind of thing. And I was like, oh, okay.
Hard to argue the point, but you tap, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't tap. Get your arm broken.
Tap. Well, then Jimmy said he tried to I think fight past that. Dude, I didn't tap. Yeah. He's like, nah.
Speaking of the Nogueiras, they just don't tap.
Ever.
Right?
Ever.
So there you go.
That one versus Frank Mir.
Yeah.
Where he,
I
think
dirty.
Frank Mir had him for a bit and he broke his arm. It was so bad. So nasty.
Those are crazy stories, yeah.
Craig Jones.
I was actually just thinking about that. Yeah, that's big controversy. I honestly, upon first sight of it, I thought he tapped personally, because I think he was rotating to his left and I think he was going to hand fight, but it looked kind of like a tap. But then the ref also mentioned he thought it was a verbal tap as well.
Yeah, so that's really the big thing is a verbal tap a tap? That's really the question.
Yes. You make a squeak and there's something wrong. They have to stop it. That's what ref's job is.
At EBI, they say that verbal tap is nothing. You have to actually tap it. Because if you had it where it's you have a body triangle and you try and lurch out or kind of thing like that, you're going to lose some air. But you also, you're in charge of you. You kind of have to be aware of what you're doing kind of thing.
In SUG, it's in the rules. Anything, even a grunt. So he signed up for that. That's the rule set. He's got to know it, whether he knew it or not. That's his fault for not knowing the rules. So if that's same with MMA, if you make a grunt while in a submission, they can call it. They can call it.
I mean, we see how quick it happens. We saw a girl go out this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, that was quick.
Who went out this weekend?
I wasn't gonna.
It was Fabiana George.
I wasn't gonna name names, but yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. I mean,
it was
the San Diego girl, the photographer.
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
But she was all smiles when she came back to life. So hats off to her. I wake up pissed off, as we all know.
I mean, that's kind of cool though. I mean, shit. I mean, at least she tried to fight to the last breath.
It's the risk
right?
you take, man. If you compete, especially on a premier event like that, you risk being a highlight or getting a highlight. It's just how it is. That's how I look at it. Personally, I could be wrong, but that's just how I view it.
And she got to win too. I mean, like, at least
that's how she got there.
That's what I like about it, because it was kind of round robin-ish.
Yeah.
Like, everybody kind of had a chance. Like, I didn't realize it by looking at the paperwork, but then I saw Jen pop up twice, and I wanted her to. I know I'm always rooting for Jen.
Match,
so
same.
That second knee bar was phenomenal.
Oh, and I couldn't.
The angle on it was crazy. It wasn't a straight knee bar. She pulled it back. Tweak. And I was talking to Ruben about that. He said that is her game.
She adjusted her body.
Particular move is her move.
I've seen her mess up guys in the gym, like blue belt, purple belt, like males in the gym with that kind of stuff.
And she turned her belly to the ground and smashed.
Belly down, she's got a real good leg game. She's always has. I remember rolling with her before I really knew her at HQ when she was a blue and I was a brown, and she gave me a lot of problems back then. Because I didn't really know. I came to 10th Planet as a purple. And before that, I did a bunch of gi training, and I had never done a leg lock in my entire life. My professor showed like the Boston Crab like once every 6 months kind of thing, and I just was like, well, no wonder no one does this stuff. It's so silly. And then I came down to 10th Planet at like an open mat, and I was getting just destroyed by purple belts with heel hooks, and like I didn't even know what it was at first. I just knew it hurt. I was like, tap tap. Like, what is that kind of stuff? I didn't even know how dangerous.
Well, there was a time when it wasn't really taught.
Yeah,
and then it exploded because of what they were doing. So I understand completely what you're saying. So is that what made you switch camps?
No, I just moved down here. So originally I'm from Central California, like Turlock, Modesto. I'd been training at this school called Oakdale MMA for about 5 years. I got my purple there. I had like 15 MMA fights. And then I moved down here to Southern California just to explore new things, try new things out. And I was going around from gym to gym, went to like Retribution Fitness, CSW, Oyama, a couple schools, and eventually found 10th Planet with Casey, and I just felt like home. Yeah, just like I instantly just clicked in and just like, oh, this feels like home. It reminded me of like one of my very first gyms ever. Where it was just kind of like almost like grungy kind of thing like that, and it's like, if you don't want to work hard, we don't want you kind of thing. I was like, I want to be here. I want to work hard. I want the sweat to pour from.
That's how this place was 10 years ago. So that's where these guys came from. Those guys. So that's cool to hear that they had that spirit. And
it was great. I was hooked instantly, and I was like, I want to be part of this. So then
I love that.
I was like, yeah, for sure, sign me up. Let's do this. And then I just never looked back. Just very happy to be part of 10th Planet.
Did you fight at Tachi Palace back in the day?
No, it's mostly up in like Rancho Cordova or the Chicken Ranch Casino or the
Chicken Ranch.
Chicken Ranch Casino, yeah. Chicken Ranch Casino.
I love that.
Places like
Mike
that.
John at the Chicken Ranch.
And my very first.
I want the T-shirt says that.
Oh my god, I have a couple. It's so silly.
Hell yeah.
It was Indian reservation, so it's just like anything goes kind of thing. It was MMA fighting was for sure a lot of fun. It's just so dangerous though too.
Sure, especially on an Indian reservation back in those days.
I mean, my very first fight, no shin pads, nothing, just like MMA gloves, almost like a pro fight. It felt like
no commission,
nothing.
Did you ever get one of these? We need somebody to fill in. Anybody in the crowd wants a free 12-pack?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Grappler's Quest.
That was.
It's a Gladiator Challenge.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I think there's even one like Cage Wars down in San Diego.
Oh yeah,
they kind of do that too.
Cali Cage Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, it's out there off the 10.
Well, before that, I think there's another one. I think it was Explode Fest or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's the famous fight of Ilamy McFarlane, I think, or Ilamy from San Diego.
Yeah, she fought the soccer mom.
Yeah, there we
Epic.
go. She just boom.
Fought a Karen.
Yeah, like it went around for a while. People, the funny part is like before she got big, everybody paid attention for Soccer Mom. Yeah. They didn't care who knocked Soccer Mom out. Yeah. And like 5-6 years later, the person who knocked Soccer Mom
champ.
was Bellator world champ.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, world class athlete.
So, move down here. No more MMA. Just focused on your jiu-jitsu, and now high level grappler. I mean, really. What you're doing. I mean, a lot of people really love your style.
Yeah, thank you. I've always tried to be more exciting than focus on winning sometimes, and I think that might be a downfall on certain things. But I just like to go for it. I want to bring people to the sport through an entertaining visual kind of with my own game.
I like that idea because I think that's what stops it from getting more televised. Yeah. Or even the Olympics, they say, because it's hard to watch over a TV. Unless you're already a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Honestly, I think you just got to get it on TV more. Because I mean, people watch golf, people watch NASCAR, and that shit can't be that.
That's true. A lot of left turns.
Rude if people here love NASCAR, golf, or tennis, but
hurt Joey's feelings.
Yeah, I watch NASCAR and golf.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
But I mean, yeah, I'm sure. But I mean, I think the more the point I'm trying to make is that people are more accustomed to it, so they're more used to it. I'm sure if you just switch to jiu-jitsu, I think it's pretty entertaining. I think we get a lot more people into it if we just get like a mainstream kind of spot, you know? Because I see motherfucking cornhole on ESPN sometimes.
No
like,
shit.
And I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Or axe throwing.
Yeah. I'm
like, what the?
I mean, that's also cool in the zombie apocalypse.
I could watch some axe throwing.
Yeah. I just think we just got to get
cornhole, not so much.
We just got to get like a better slot kind of thing, so to speak.
Sure.
Maybe some more money behind.
Because a lot of people out there that, I mean, you guys have been in the game for a while, but there's a lot of people like myself and maybe some folks that are not knowing too much about jiu-jitsu.
That's weird because you've been around it for so long.
No.
If anybody would know,
I'm saying like more of the moves in terms. My brother, he was the coach, so he knew all the moves.
Oh,
I just knew arm bars and chokeholds, and that's it.
Yeah.
But moves that I hear people say, I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I see that move. Now I get it. Even though I've seen that move over and over again. That's
he hears vaporizer and he's like, I just vaporized someone.
like the whole rules at the submissions on the shore. Like either you see the part where they flip the coin and you're going to be on the girl's back or you want an armor position. I didn't know that until I watched that.
Overtime.
I never knew what overtime was till I experienced that day.
He didn't pay attention. We did bring him to combat jiu-jitsu.
No, I didn't.
Oh, we didn't?
That was that. No, that was that.
We'll bring you next year.
Yeah. And I never knew that. I'm like, wow, this is freaking cool. I like this. I like the whole concept. And back to that submission is just
submissions are sure.
The shore.
Put your mask back on.
I was really digging that one girl from New York. I think she's gonna be really huge.
Woo, she was on fire, dude. Fatima,
yeah, she was on fire.
New York?
Yes, Hudson Valley, New York.
Oh, didn't she win the tournament the
on
night
Friday?
before?
And then she was in the finals Saturday. She's a beast. And I followed
She's
her
an MMA
IG,
fighter.
and she's actually an MMA fighter too. Like she's all around. Like she's only 19 years old. You know, which is crazy.
Sky's the limit.
And then Julianna Miller too, 5-0.
Julianna Miller is
Yeah.
also a fighter
very
too.
First one.
Yeah.
Right from San Diego.
She won
Boogie.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
She won both Saturdays, right?
Yeah.
and she pulled off that last couple second just escape time. You know, just finished.
So a hard fought win for
Oh
sure.
God, they were exhausted. I'm sure.
You see when she had the armbar, she didn't want to let the armbar go, bro.
All right.
Once it's in tight, why would you let it go?
Like, no,
I'm gonna tap you. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know.
She's like, I had that.
Yeah.
Right? She
What was one of those things like if she would have let go because she won already kind of thing? The time was over. I didn't see it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It was. She had it deep in the middle.
It was deep and it was ended. It ended. She got positioned.
Over the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Over
sure.
the waist. Over the
Yeah.
waist.
And I think
So
that
if you go
and
here,
that,
it's like you didn't hook the leg. I would have slammed you, kind of thing.
and that caused one of the outrage towards the end of that match because she did lift her up, but I guess it wasn't over the waist area the first time. But the second time it was over the
It was
waist. That's when they
legit.
counted it.
It was legit.
Yeah, so I mean, that girl's gonna be huge. I mean, but plus all the matches. I mean, all the girls that
was incredible.
It was incredible the whole weekend. So if you guys missed it, check out the pay per view. What's it called?
Submission on the shore. I believe it's on
Event TV Global.
Yeah, Event
Yeah,
TV
if you guys
Global,
missed
yeah.
out, check it out. I mean, it's still. I believe it's still online. Just go, pay
If you need Event TV Global, hit us up here at Gym Crashers or Free Admission Media. We'll make sure you get to anything that's on there.
And it was amazing. And folks, if you just got to see these events, all these women put their hard blood, sweat, and tears to do this great performance, especially with all women.
Yes.
It was amazing.
The three things we do Gym Crashers, we do Free Admission Media, we do Event TV Global. Like us. Please subscribe to us and share the link because we want to continue doing this. Super important to us, but those are the three things we focus on. So yes, streaming, we did, of course, over the weekend with Submissions on the Shore, and we'll be going to El Paso this weekend. So,
All right, so yeah, for that Jiu-Jitsu OT.
Jiu-Jitsu OT with Master Vic.
I trained with Luis Quinones last night.
Oh, wow.
He's doing the OT. He feels sharp.
Very cool.
He feels ready. Very quick. And then I've had the pleasure of training with Keith Krikorian too, who's also in that tournament. If I had to be honest, I think he's got the best chance of winning the whole thing. Keith, he's just like, his OT game is unreal. He's like just one of the best. He's even got a DVD out on, I think, BJJ Fanatics, Overtime Mastery, which is good stuff.
That sounds really cool. I got to check it out.
Dude, I mean, just being invited to ADCC makes you top 16 in the world.
Yes.
In that weight class. Just being invited.
Sure.
Because
That's
that's the best of the best.
Absolute, though.
Ooh, he had a Marcus. He had Buchecha in the very first round.
Can you imagine?
And that's like the David versus Goliath match that you want, kind of thing like that.
Buchecha's a freaking animal.
And I think he's the only one in his division who actually signed up for the absolute. I'm pretty sure. Not anybody else. Not the guys who won it or anything like that. But only Keith. So it's like, man, he's gangster. You know.
That was cool that it was here in Anaheim.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna get that again.
I've heard talks about it's gonna be in Vegas next time.
That's cool.
Wow.
I'll deal with that. That's home still, right?
Road trip.
We could drive to his home.
Road
so
trip.
We're down.
I want to give a quick shout out to some of our viewers we have right now. I got Mindy Hinojosa, love you, girl. I got Adam Woods, he's watching. What's up, Adam Woods? Jonathan Guerrero, one of my old cats back in the day. Love you, Jonathan. Arturo, he's watching. What's up, brother?
Oh, Art's in the house, and you're watching on the screen. Can't
yeah,
get
hello.
enough of us. Thank you.
Mike Blackwood, he's watching. K-Cat and Isaac Molina. What's up, folks? I'm glad you're watching. If you have any questions for this man or questions for us, please type it in. We'll answer them for you.
Please.
Well put, Joe.
I'm just saying. People are watching.
Run it. What do you got for Mike John? What are you wondering about? Think about it. We got him here with us. Let's get the information we need because this dude's he's a bit of a puzzle.
Typical questions that people will probably ask you. What got you started in this whole realm of MMA? What made you, were you just a little, what was your background? Were you a little just a Boy Scout, fishing a lot, or were you just saying, I was picked on a kid and
he was in Central Cal. He's tipping cows.
I'm just saying. I mean, what got you into fighting?
I was just that little kid at the barbecue who was running my uncle and trying to tackle him, and he'd throw me down the hill, and I just keep running back at him every time. And I was just
Awesome.
had a lot of tenacity. And then as I got older, I wrestled in high school too, but I wasn't really good at striking. And then I walked into an MMA gym, and I saw dudes just going at it, throwing knees, elbows. I'm like, wow, you can actually do that? And I had no idea how to do that. And I tried it, and I was so awkward. I'd never punched anything in my entire life. It was kind of embarrassing, really. But the point was I needed to get better at it. So I was like, I want to do this.
You're hungry for it.
Yeah, and then I could see you get paid for it. And I was like, oh, you could really get paid doing this kind of stuff. So I just kind of delved into it. And then pretty soon I just started at first it was just to learn how to throw kicks and punches and combos and kind of look fluid, look like I know what I'm doing, so to speak. But then I just started to fall in love with the training, and eventually it was just jiu-jitsu.
Oh, really?
It was just I just love doing jiu-jitsu. Was
it difficult at first because you're learning so much? Maybe because you had wrestling it wasn't, but there's submissions, there's positional things, there's passing, all these different things with jiu-jitsu, but then you're learning to throw knees, elbows, kicks, and then proper striking.
Yeah, and that striking's always been super foreign to me, so I really like you said, as I was doing jiu-jitsu, I was also trying to get involved in the hands and the boxing too, and it was just really hard to just focus on just the jiu-jitsu when I had the punch, because the fight starts on the feet. But for whatever reason, as I was training, I just kept gravitating towards jiu-jitsu. I'd make that the focus on most of my camps, as opposed to the striking.
Yeah.
So I just fell in love with jiu-jitsu, and I should have probably focused more on striking because MMA is better on the feet. But I just realized that as I kind of got into martial arts, I was always kind of gravitating more towards jiu-jitsu. And in reality, I was like, wow, you can just do jiu-jitsu now.
I like to think there's more longevity in it because...
Oh, no one's getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, you're not getting concussions.
No.
There's no issue with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as, you say tap early and often, right? For the most part, you'll be okay. And even, if you get caught in a choke and you go to sleep, that's not the worst thing in the world. Assuming the homie lets go and isn't holding on for an extra 35 seconds, you'll probably be okay. But when it comes to, ligament damage, tap early and often. At that point, let pain be your guide. Just, tap. No.
Yeah.
Have you had any damage that keeps you out of the game for a while? Any surgeries or anything?
Yeah, actually, so around 2017, I tore my meniscus and a little bit of my ACL and some of my MCL. So at first, I really tried to avoid surgery. I was like, I don't want to do surgery. I don't want to get cut up. So I focused on yoga and stretching, strength conditioning. But no matter how hard I tried, I still could not get the flexibility to bend my heel to my butt, which made triangles damn near impossible.
Yeah.
I was out for probably 8 to 9 months, opted to get surgery.
Torture.
Yeah, it was terrible because I was still teaching, but I was still in the gym. But my game would be flying bottom side control.
Yeah.
Stuff because I didn't have anything else. So then I had to just slowly build off that, and then I eventually got the surgery. I was out for 2 or 3 months. They took off part of my meniscus and left my ACL and MCL alone and everything, and then I was back at it after that.
So I'm curious. So a lot of what we know in modern day Brazilian jiu-jitsu comes from Helio Gracie, who was the weaker son who was sickly, and he adapted what he saw in Carlos and turned it into his game, and then they adapted that and grew the Gracie jiu-jitsu thing.
Right.
So when you were hurt, did you find that you were adapting to do different things or opening up things that you would not normally call your game because you had no choice?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like for a while, I was mostly primarily a guard player and on bottom kind of thing. But a lot of my guard work was me being able to maneuver my feet in and out and keeping people underneath my feet. But then when my right knee was just kind of blown out, basically, I couldn't use it the way I wanted to. Then for sure, I had to kind of opt to a Z guard on my right butt cheek as opposed to the other way on my left.
So you're favoring that leg too.
Yeah, and so cause now my left leg became a lot more of the butterfly on the target. I compensated so much, but I was primarily working my bottom Z guard game as opposed to my full guard game. And then I had to work to stay on top too a lot of time too.
Sure.
So I started focusing on wrestling a lot too. So just that helped a lot.
And you brought up legs being real heavy at 10th Planet, but
Yes.
I remember Eddie Bravo saying, we're going to really switch focus to being a heavy at passing, and then he even said, moving towards being heavy in side control. I thought I heard something like that when we were at qualifiers.
I went to HQ last night, and a lot of guys were working on passing. Like guys like Alex Magala, who's primarily like a mantis guard kind of guy. He almost goes like knee bar and toe holds and stuff. He was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna work on passing tonight." And I was like, "Oh, how weird," because normally you're a negative position jiu-jitsu guy. You're always looking for that weird.
You know what it was? I think it had to do with moving towards combat versus EBI, and that's when that started to roll out. So things will evolve in a different direction.
Yeah.
Because you're going to add that. So are you interested in that at all?
Combat? I would love to do that. I would love to do combat. That'd be really cool. I would love to. I haven't thought too much about it, but I'm sure the MMA fights would come into handy from there.
Yeah, because we still see people when we go to combat jiu-jitsu, and you can see pure grapplers. They're not even throwing anything.
I saw PJ Barch not throw one strike.
Exactly.
And got on a Kimura and just wrecked some dude's arm. And I think Tom Halpin too at the CJJ the 45 didn't throw one punch. And I think his quote
I'm blown away by that.
My jiu-jitsu is combative enough or something like that. It was a good quote. I forgot exactly what it was, but his point was I don't need to throw punches. My jiu-jitsu is that badass. I can just I can just leech onto you and submit you. Yeah. So.
I just training for that alone, you're going to have to put gloves on someone and say just start swinging because you're going to have to catch, right?
Yeah. Well, if you see like how Red Alacron, the 135 champ.
Yes, I love Red.
If you see him doing film, Jiva's got mitts right here on his back.
Yeah.
He's doing mitts with slaps and all that.
I love
so
that.
He's practicing like that for sure.
Seems like Jiva does that. He really focuses on that style of jiu-jitsu. That's his thing.
I think Jiva's one of the best jiu-jitsu coaches. I mean, he also competed at a high level too.
Oh yeah.
So I want to say Tachi Palace and possibly Bellator. I remember, but he's up there. So he's going to up everybody around him.
Yeah.
And Red is no slouch.
He's
he
an
comes
OG.
to orange sometimes and just it's almost embarrassing. I'm like, I don't want to wrestle. I'm just gonna pull guard.
It's cool that he can still operate at that level for how many years he's put into the game and fought.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's an amazing dude.
I think it's just testimony to his jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Because I think the number one rule of martial arts is self-defense, to protect yourself.
Yes.
And if you fuck yourself up every roll because you're trying to hurt somebody else, it's not really doing it.
That's all ego-driven, yeah. That's not going to work out for longevity at all.
Got
to roll, dude.
You want to you want to process. You want to do a process that yields positive results in the long run, the marathon, not just short-term gains. So protecting myself is for sure a part of that game.
And roll in deep water. Put yourself in deep water. Do things you wouldn't want to do, right?
Right.
Suffer.
Learn how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
That's the
I love
jiu-jitsu
that.
thought. Me too. I loved it. I remember as a white belt, whenever my guard would start to get past, I started to like hyperventilate and almost had a panic attack. Like, oh my god. And it's like, dude, just relax, calm down.
What's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah, you're not gonna die.
Get off me.
Yeah. I remember one wrestling class, my coach is like, listen, no one here is gonna die. And I'm just like, I'm just like, are you sure?
Think for yourself.
He's like, listen, no one's gonna die. We're all okay. And we're all just like, I'm just like, I don't know, coach. I feel like I'm gonna die right now.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but he was right.
No, it's a fact. I've seen some gnarly injuries, but yes, thank God no one has moved on into the afterworld.
No one's died. I don't think.
Not on my watch.
I don't think so. I think most of them come from weight cuts in terms of that kind
sure.
of stuff.
I mean,
not even like the actual
we get neck damage, we get ligament damage, we get leg damage.
A lot of people just throwing up. It happens.
That does happen because
of
the pressure, I think, and nerves and when you're just beginning.
Just not drinking enough water.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true too. Hydration,
especially as of late.
Now, our producer was scared not of throwing up, but of it coming out his back end.
No, unless you get really close to the wall, let me do my famous torpedo.
I don't even know what that is, but hey.
Remember the one time I close to the wall, then I climbed the wall and put my head in your sternum and I just balanced on the wall and just put all my weight from my forehead into your stomach.
Oh, yeah. I guess that would make me throw
torpedo.
up. Robert could do amazing things for a man that, he's bigger now, but you would not believe what he could do when he was about half his size. Really?
He could probably still do it now.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to put it together in my head. I was like, wow, like straight.
No, but he was.
No. You just climb your feet on the wall and you just point your head right in the sternum and you just pull on them and you just use all your weight because your feet are balanced on the wall and you're just like a torpedo right in his sternum.
That sounds terrible.
But as a blue belt, Robert would learn things that we were not learning as blue belts, and he would apply them without using his weight or his strength. And I was always amazed, and I didn't know where he discovered. I didn't watch YouTube. It put me to sleep.
Submissions 101.
He must have been doing that because he'd come in, and I just named it Panda Express because he's the panda. And as he would use his belly to put my arm across my face, and then I think lock up a Dars from the other side of my body as he moved over.
Oh, beautiful.
Reverse arm triangles.
Nice.
At the time, I didn't know what it was because I was a blue belt. Now I could defend against it. Back then, I didn't even see it coming.
It was like alien technology.
And yeah, because he was exactly, but he was so smooth too because he didn't do it with weight or strength. He did it with technique. So you didn't see it coming. And he's really good at that. I mean, even I know he's bigger now, and obviously you're going to be careful with him. But back then, we would be rolling hard, and then all of a sudden he would transition to just technique, no strength. No being a bear, none of that. And I know he still has it. He's a dangerous dude.
You know what was really confusing people is the grabby rolls when people would put you in lockdown and I would grabby roll and they'd pull them over with their legs and go for guillotine on the roll.
He would lock the legs and grabby roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so like they would go for lockdown.
Yeah.
And so I'd go to the right side and I would just grab you over and just pull their legs with me.
Yeah.
And as they tumbled over, I'd hook them with the guillotine.
That's beautiful. I like it.
I don't know what he was watching as a blue belt, but he knew this kind of stuff.
Maybe he was getting privates from Eddie.
Yeah, something. Something was going on. He's not telling me the full truth. We did roll down there with Russ Mira, and he picked up some stuff from him, so that it was different from our home school.
Russ is a great guy.
He's an amazing teacher.
Runs one of the best tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. And at that time, man, he was known as a submission magician.
Yeah.
So we wanted to know what was in his head. He's one of those guys. There's stuff going on. Yeah, there's always something ticking.
Constantly.
Yeah,
like a mathematician.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that kind of thinking. And he came from Central Cal, too. He's from, I think, Clovis or Tulare or something.
Nice. It's like an hour south of Modesto. Kind of.
Oh, we all think of it as the same place. But yes, hours away.
No, I mean,
that's like San Diego and Orange County.
That's true. Good point. It's so hot up there right now.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
My grandma's like, it's like 112. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. No.
Isn't it always 112 there?
Yeah, it's true. But I remember rolling in the gi back in those days, and that shit was terrible. Because like the gi is like an extra layer of sweat, man. Like I'm thankful for I'm thankful for I mean, it's good if you're cutting weight, if you want to try to get that extra couple pounds off, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, all the time. We live in the extra couple pound world here.
I'm like 3 pounds away. I gotta make 55 on Saturday, but I'm like 159.
John Dello would not open the doors, so you could have a 100-degree day in Anaheim, Stanton area, Garden Grove, wherever, right in the middle of all that. It could be 100 and a little bit over 100, but indoors, doors closed, and him giving you orders. It feels like you're in Turlock or Modesto in one of those towns.
For the military.
Yeah, because we would roll through the heat of the day with the doors closed, windows closed. There's no air conditioning, no fan, and your gi on.
Oh, I love to feel the sweat.
Yep. And it would be 45 minutes, and then he'd say, okay, strip them off. 45 minutes.
Dang.
I think sweating takes an advantage, especially you're rolling around and, you're rolling up against another man and you have the skin rubbing and the sweat going.
Why do you got to turn it into that?
But I'm talking about, you still sweat through a gi.
Yeah, but you don't have not much skin rub.
There's it's a lot of friction in the gi.
Well, if I'm sweating my head and there's sweat on the ground, I'm going to put my hand in that sweat so I can make it nice and on.
No, actually, the gi allows you to grip.
Joey's talking about pro wrestling, and they do that here as well.
Dreaming about your fantasy.
I'm not talking about like no-gi shit.
There we go. The no-gi.
That's what I'm talking about, no-gi.
No-gi kind of
because they don't make gi my size. I'm a big dude, I mean, I got to go to a Sheraton Inn and still a freaking robe over there. And there's my gi, But speaking of wrestling, what's up, CC Impact? I'm sorry your show had to get canceled over this weekend. D6.
CC Impact always watches. Thank you. I love that.
She's out in Barstow. They had a show, I guess, this weekend, I believe, and they got canceled because our governor.
Just do it.
Thank God.
Put it on.
But CC Impact, love you, girl. I'm sorry your show got canceled.
I'm going to drag Joey to your next show. We got to get out there, so message us.
Yeah, plus we want to go to the original Del Taco out there.
I've been with Robert, I think.
Del Taco?
Is in Barstow.
Yeah, you know, you can go to a Del Taco, and the one that's like a Taco Supreme. I'm a Taco Bell guy. They put sour cream and all that stuff on it, right? So they call that the Del Taco. If you go to like a Del Taco around here, if you go out there, it's a Barstow Taco.
Barstow Taco.
If you order a Del Taco, they look at you like you're an insane person.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, I'll have a Barstow Taco. I swear. It tripped me out. Was I with you when we ate there? We're going to Vegas with somebody. I don't know. I had to be with you.
Not me.
I don't travel with anybody else.
Yeah, so that's the original spot of Del Taco. If people want to go travel out to Barstow, look for the original Del Taco, and also look for D6 CC Impact Wrestling out there. It's freaking awesome.
But if you bring Joey, you got to scout out a Starbucks or a Chevron after Del Taco because it could be a mess.
Definitely a Chevron, right?
I don't fit in those toilets, unfortunately.
Well, sometimes you don't have a choice, right? If you got a grenade going off.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have to, like a phone booth. I'm trying to take a shit. You see me trying to wipe my ass. That's a terrible thing to. Oh. It's like I'm playing
Somebody
Twister.
Just get the hose.
That shit on the front of your hand.
Dick.
Sorry, Joe. We always pick on Joe.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut for now on.
No, it's okay. We like it when you talk. We like it when you talk, buddy. It's always shit. Anyways, Joey has his own segment. We love Joey's life, so he's going to bring it to you, and he wants to share with Mike John 3 stories. We call it bull or no bull. I always say bull. I call bull on everything, but there is a truthful story here within the 3.
Yes.
And he'll reveal that, but Mike John's going to have to figure that out today. So take it, Joe. Bull or no bull?
Oh my God! 3 stories I got today for you. It's I had to do a little research and about my life. These are more about me. Last week I had said some stories about other people and so forth and so on, but these are about me. One of them is Jiu-Jitsu, of all things.
Poop Jitsu.
And I was trained down at South Coast Kickboxing. Joe Murray had his class there, and I decided, hey, I'm going to join one of their classes. And of course, doing all the typical routines. He had like these crazy exercises where we did elephant crawls, giraffe crawls, and then did the shrimping. And the shrimping, to me, was like the greatest thing ever because all you do is you're pushing out, and of course. People, when you're doing jiu-jitsu and you're wearing shorts, make sure they're like the MMA shorts. Don't wear basketball shorts because my big ass decided to wear basketball shorts and I was trying to be a show off and I'm just shrimping and not caring how fast I was going. And then the next thing I felt like the whole bottom of me getting slippery. I'm thinking, hell yeah, I'm kicking ass. Not realizing that my shorts went down to my freaking knees and not wearing no drawers. So my dick was hanging out and my ass was hanging out all over the mat. It just happened, unfortunately. It did. I mean, not like I was disrespecting the guy, but
so you greased the mat.
I basically greased the mat with my sweat. There was no ass streaks.
Did you hear
there was no snail trail. All was just, every time I was shrimping one side to the other side.
Oh,
to the other side. Oh, that dick was flapping all over the place.
It reminds
until I realized, I opened my eyes. I'm like, holy shit, my shorts fell off. Everybody's like, dude. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oops. And of course, I was sweating, so I was trying to pull those motherfuckers
and no
up.
chonies?
I decided to free ball today because
nobody free balls in jiu-jitsu.
Well, I didn't have clean. Plus, people were like, "Hey, come on, Joey, join our warm-ups." Because I had my own class going on, so I said I'm gonna do the warm-ups with Joe.
Oh, you were a boxing coach then?
Yeah, I was a boxing coach. So there's like enticing me to do jiu-jitsu warm-up because it'd be a great exercise for me. I mean, all right, let me warm up with these guys, and I'm doing the crawls, doing all the bear crawls, and all these crazy animal things they do, for I don't understand that shit. I'm like, whether they have all these animals in Brazil.
I love the description.
I have no idea. I heard like shrimp. I'm like thinking we're gonna eat. I never know what shrimping was too until I did the whole shrimping thing. I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Joey was shrimping until he showed the anteater.
Yeah, no shit. And my shorts fell off, so it went to my ankles, and basically I showed off my ass and my dick all over the place, and people were just staring at me like, dude. And I had my eyes closed because I was like pumped. I was like so into the shrimp, like, ugh, and.
You're like dancing on the ground?
Closed while you're shipping?
Yeah, oh yeah, because I was just puffing and puffing, just going crazy.
Were you going straight back?
I was going straight back.
Or were you going like a circle maybe?
No, I was going straight back. I felt the motion.
Saying, eyes are closed, you never know.
No, I was feeling it because you had people side by side I was trying to race them and shit.
Rows.
And it's just rows of guys, and I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm going. And next time I felt like everything's getting. I'm like, oh, I'm going a lot quicker. Didn't realize that my skin, my sweat was making myself going a lot quicker because it was all bare ass.
Nice. So the class got a viewing.
Yeah, of the Mr. Cock in my ass.
Nice. Disinfect the mat.
Well, I left a permanent skid mark.
No, I was nice enough. I got some spray and I wiped it on there. Ever since everybody was making fun of me and pointing at me, hey, your fucking shorts fell off, and your dick was hanging out. So that was
looks like the 405 with all the skid marks.
No skid marks at the time, brother. No skid marks at the time.
Just one hog.
Just second story.
I'm frightened now.
Way before I got married, I used to date this girl that, was an animal lover, and
she loved you.
And Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever. So, we were out drinking and came back to her place, and, we were just bumping uglies. We were fucking just going at it. Just
on the couch?
Everywhere. We're on the couch, on her bed, and next thing you know, I'm in the motion. I'm just fucking killing it. Next thing you know.
Just like when he's shrimping.
Next thing you know,
eyes
I'm like.
Closed?
Eyes closed.
No, it wasn't eyes closed. I was just doing my thing. I was grinding the pound. I was going nuts. I didn't have my eyes closed. Plus, I was a lot more skinnier.
Everywhere. All
holding his breath. He's all.
No, I was a lot more skinnier than I could able to see everything going down. I'm like, yeah, like fucking. And next thing you know, her fucking dog decides to come by and lick my ass while I'm hitting the skins.
And you let it.
And I honestly.
Did you finish? Did you finish? Did you finish first? Or did you tell him to stop?
Closed his eyes. Like, ooh.
When you're at that moment where you're about to bust, and you feel that.
She liked it.
And I'm like, holy shit!
Did it help you bust more?
It actually did help me. It actually helped because the tongue was nice and cold.
I don't know. I don't know.
And it was just all my ass. Like, I'm like,
comes back the next day. The dog's on the porch.
Did the woman know?
No, she didn't.
You didn't tell her?
No, I didn't tell her.
The dog licked your ass?
The dog. After I fucking, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
She gave that dog a kiss right after.
She probably did. Oh man, that was terrible.
Ooh, Joe, did you have peanut butter in there?
Say what?
Peanut butter right there.
Yeah. Penis butter.
No, that wasn't.
You ate your penis butter.
Penis.
Dude,
No,
that's a gnarly story, Joe. You really brought it today.
Yeah, I'm just saying it. And I was just going at it, and the problem is you're at that moment where you're about to let it go, like Frozen, and the dog comes by and just let it.
Like Frozen.
And add a little nitro boost.
Yeah, it was like Fast and the Furious is like.
You ever push so hard you fart while you're doing it?
You know what? I think I probably farted once while pounding and grounding and pounding, and this is when I think I was trying to be flexible, and I think I was against the wall choking, and I was and I just felt like, oh my god, I just had like something to eat that night. I think we had like late night Del Taco when
always
after the clubs.
Del Taco.
And
Oh, just a squeaker.
it was a little squeaky. I was trying to hold it in, but it's hard to hold it in when you're full mounting.
Slowly let it out, kind of.
And so yeah, I was just.
Did it smell nasty?
And then after that,
You know it did.
No, I
That's
actually.
the best way.
This is probably my third story. Then I blamed it on her dog. So the same story, but this is like a part 3. So yeah, I hit skins and I blamed it on her dog for fucking making the room smell because I fucking let it go because Del Taco.
So wait, same girl, you're hitting it another day and you fart.
Yes.
That's just a coincidence. We brought it up. No, I didn't know we were going to move into that. So
There you go. There's our third story.
Okay. So wrap them up for us.
So first story, shorts fall off down to my knees while I was shrimping and my big shrimp came out.
At Joe Maria's place.
At Joe Mira's place.
I'm going to ask Joe if he remembers that.
And then...
Say, oh, that little thing, yes, I remember, of course.
No, what you talking about? The bullshit made it's a big penis. Whatever. And then so the second story was I got the little extra boost from the dog licking.
Whoa. Well, that's special, Joe.
And then the third one was just hitting skins and then having a little dog taco.
I'm going to guess number 2 myself.
2 and 3 are believable.
2 is Joey, though. He enjoys that kind of thing.
I think so.
He's a dog-friendly guy.
So what do you think? What
Was it a Chihuahua?
It was bigger than it. It was.
I was going to say because it couldn't reach your ass.
No, it was a pretty mid-sized dog. It wasn't the small one. It was like right in the middle.
It had to have a long nose.
It was a Cocker Spaniel.
It was a shih tzu.
Robert has those.
So you guys think 2 and 3 happened and 1 didn't? Is that what you're saying?
I think 2 happened.
One story is true. 2 didn't happen.
I think 2 happened.
Well, I mean, no, I'm saying that two is...
Which one happened?
2 and 3 are likely.
I think 1 happened personally.
Oh, nah, because he don't train like that. He don't care.
I think 1,
he ain't
2,
getting on the ground unless
I
you
think 1,
got a girl with him.
I mean, dude, I was weighing like 220 pounds at the time when I was training fighters.
I don't think
The
so.
only thing that's hard is like closing his eyes and shrimping. Then the whole thing came off.
I think he closed his eye. He closed his eyes through the show. I go back and watch it, and Joey's like,
No, I just have honestly, without my glasses.
he's doing the Ray
my
Charles.
wife says I have not to disrespect. I'm not disrespecting Chinese because they're gonna come at me. Oh, you're so racist. No, she says that when I'm looking at her,
We
she
got a
says,
Chinese guy in here in the
she
show,
says I'm
don't worry.
sleeping. I go, I'm not sleeping. That's how my eyes look. She even says that. I go, babe, I could be watching TV and she thinks I'm still, babe. I can see what's going
wide
on.
awake.
I'm wide awake. Here, I open my eyes wide. There you go.
I always think you're sleeping.
On
Son, you want you to get
Son, you.
boxes out of his house.
Oh,
the
boxes.
4
in his
agreements,
house.
son. The 4 agreements. Always do your best. Be impeccable with your word. And I forgot the other 2, but I'm sorry, son. I'll be there.
Son, you's the man.
But anyway, those are my stories. I will tell you the truth next week. Please subscribe to Free Admissions.
We get it after. We'll get it when the show's done.
I gotta wait till next week.
Yeah. Next
send it
week,
to Florida.
next week will be, and of course, look at our website at gymcrashes.com. Look at the cool T-shirts. I know we're supposed to come out with some T-shirts for some of the winners here. We're getting. This is one of the shirts right here. This is one of our shirts. You got a shirt over there. Mine was made out of a flag. His was made out of.
I got a story for you. This is
here we
not
go.
bull or no bull. This is truth. I'm at Walmart with Robert. We're picking up probably T-shirts because we print on them. We're looking for cheap T-shirts. And he fed me Korean barbecue. This is only a couple days ago. And it was bad. It was like not regular Korean barbecue. It's like make to order. It's not all you can eat. They don't do that. Oh, yeah. So Robert orders bibimbap and what else, Bob? You got all kind of stuff. He orders all kinds of stuff. And I eat whatever. I don't care. I was eating stuff he wasn't even eating. But, man, it got me right away. Get in the car and I blew him away. We get to Walmart and I'm blowing every aisle away that we walk down. It's like a 30-second interval. Yeah. So we're in line. And he's like, you did not. And he starts to tiptoe away. And the 3 ladies in front of us go, it smells like a sewer in here. I'm all, he's walking away.
Yeah, there's a reason he's doing it.
Damn.
He comes back and I'm like, they think you fought. He's like, you fucker, I know what you did.
Well, I mean, it's bad to keep it in.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to hold it in for nothing. Yeah, you don't want it.
It's unhealthy.
Hey.
Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Son said, get these boxes or get these hands.
Woo!
Bring him here
Bringing
right now. Bring it next week, same time. Let's go.
We got a cage downstairs.
Hands only. We'll go CJJ versus MMA. I'll crush
Oh,
you.
I'd love that.
Damn.
Straight up. Straight up. What's up?
That's pretty cool.
One of our viewers believe the first story is true too. That's Steve Dodge out there. He says that he believes the first story is
What's
true.
up, Dodge? Me too.
And hold on, let me just clear things up. I'm pretty sure you know what's going on. You've seen it on my internet. The taco eating contest is still going on.
Yes.
So, Mr. Constrictor.
We need a sponsor for this. We need a taco sponsor.
I'm letting you know. Well, hold on. I'm letting you know I'm still taking you out. I mean, I saw him over the weekend from across the mat. He was trying to give me, oh, I want to kick your ass and eat the tacos out. I go, no, I'll destroy you, you little noodle boodle on your head. You're going down, homie. You're going down. And and Gabe Green, you're a homie too, but we're going to dance contest. We'll make it happen. I'll bust out the cardboard, throw on some old school and start popping and locking, doing the windmill, all that shit.
It's pants off, dance off.
Pants off. So I'm calling out Gabe Green for a dance contest.
Gabe Green will dance.
We did talk about this over.
I want to see you do that.
Well, I get in the Speedo. I look like a sexy bitch in the Speedo.
Oh, I got to see this.
And of course, Constrictor, taco time, anytime, brother. We just got to find a place and time to make this happen because I'm gonna destroy that little man.
So we got the taco smash going on. We got pants off, dance off. What else you gonna do, Joe? Oh, we already moved on from that one.
Oh, the other one.
He almost squashed.
But I forgot what this guy likes. Maybe want to challenge for something he likes doing. Maybe after his whole event over this weekend, we have to figure out what's your favorite thing you like doing.
Yeah, I like jiu-jitsu. I like eating. I like.
We could do jiu-jitsu overtime with Mike John. He'll put you in a position you gotta get.
I mean, I was still calling out. I mean, I love Chad George, but that whole.
Don't call out Chad.
I'm not calling Chad George out. I'm not.
It's not going to work out.
Chad.
It's going to be the first time ever when they ask Joey what position for offense, he goes, Mike John, take my back.
Nope, it's not going to happen.
Can you get out? Can you get out?
So, missionary. I mean guard.
Yeah, guard. Same thing, right?
No, what I want to challenge him is what I saw at the event this weekend. Do that whole time challenge. See if I can get out of his move.
That's what I said. That's OT.
That's a challenge. That's a challenge right there. Yeah. So after he comes back from your event,
But you can't shit on him and trying to get out.
I'm not gonna shit him.
Please don't.
We can do that shit right here.
Well, that's what we're gonna do.
No, I can't. I got my stomach's full. I'm gonna fucking fart and throw up all over his fucking mat out here.
God, don't do it.
Then I'll win automatically.
And so I'm just saying,
he'll be fresh from Florida. It'll be the COVID challenge.
No, but let him do his challenge out there in Florida. I get it, and you come back with a nice trophy and medal that you're number one. Exactly. But I guarantee you're gonna lose that match too with me.
Why don't we do this? Why don't you put on gloves and see if Mike John could take you down?
What's that?
See if he take you down.
Well, you probably can right now.
Now
it'd be the lowest single leg.
Well, it's like that. No, not like I said. Chad George came up with this cool video where he actually showed how to take a big person down. Yeah. And I was kind of talking. I mean, I have mad respect for Chad George. He's a homie. But I just saw him like that would do. I mean, if you try to take me down like that, I'm just gonna sprawl out on you and just push you down.
But you have training though, right?
Training wheels.
That's still so much more than the average Joe, brother.
That I mean,
he at least knows.
I'll sprawl out.
Yeah.
I'll just sprawl out.
Using the word sprawl,
Hey, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean that alone.
Here we go. Here we go. The expert. Here goes the expert.
His brother's a wrestling coach, so
Yeah,
he's got to have some kind of.
He was ranked 2, and he was only ranked 2 in nation. You know, but
The question,
you know,
the question is, can Joey pull it off?
you know, he was only ranked 2 in nation.
A sprawl, you know.
I was only a boxer. He was only a wrestling
So every
coach.
once in a while, he might have told me, "Come over here, Joe."
Bro, can you not fall?
Well, I can sprawl and not fall. I can handle it on my hands.
If he
Well,
falls,
now I
you're
can't.
dead.
I might break my.
If you fall, the back is just.
Yeah,
But
that's
if
a
I hurt
pancake.
myself, all I'm gonna do is call Sean for Our Life CBD. Our Life CBD. Wait, hold on. I got a little. Fuck it.
Oh, I'm scared to ask where he's pulling it out of.
Boom. Our Life CBD. This is the citrus. This is the one that actually helps out with the eczema.
I use that.
It's great stuff. He also has the menthol for when you get some of your bruises deep and stuff. That stuff really works. So check him out. OurLifeCBD.com. Check out Sean's stuff. It's unbelievable. Look at the stories, the great stories that he has of all these kids that he's helping out, some of the adults, and then if you look online at his Instagram, all the stories he's helping out with some of the elderly people with their joints problems. Yeah, just hit him up. OurLifeCBD.com.
That guy pumping it,
No, for sure.
right? I know Mike John uses it. I use
I
it. So
definitely use. I use the tincture every night, and I use the menthol cream. I thought worked the best, but I got the citrus cream right now. But the menthol cream for sure lights my muscles up, and I feel good afterwards. Especially after hard OT rounds, where like you ever had to redo the arm bars and like this part of your arm's just so fucking sore and so sensitive. I usually rub it right there a lot. And
You
just
ever accidentally put that menthol on your penis?
only accidentally.
To me, it's like a thrill. It's like woo, woo. It's like woo, like Ric Flair, woo. Gotta fan that thing off and like.
Oh yeah, I do the
helicopter.
motion. The helicopter motion.
Because it burning.
I got a surprise for you.
Anyway, where can they find you on your social media?
My social media, Instagram is MikeJohn45, spelled a little uniquely, MYKEJAWN45. Please check out all my stuff. I like teaching people how to headlock and guillotine motherfuckers, so please come on by.
10th Planet Orange. Go see
Planet
Mike
Orange,
We
yeah.
You want to learn jiu-jitsu? That's
We
the
are,
place to go.
yeah. Right now we're kind of little operating with members only kind of thing. Just
We get it.
Just
Yeah, we get it.
That's how the whole world is at the moment.
And I'm
Crazy.
not weird, but we just gotta kind of protect our own, so to speak, and make sure you keep
It's
the lights
important.
on for our own kind of thing. But
And Donda, where can they find you?
Right here at Delo Jiu-Jitsu all the time with my partner Robert at Instagram, John Don. Oh, Instagram is Dondo the Gym Crasher. Facebook, John Dondo.
And you can find me at Joey the Bull, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok if it's still around, because I still have. I know it's sad. I'm gonna dance to
Tic-tac.
videos and shit. I mean, I have a great TikTok. It's pretty cool. And then Our Life CBD in the house. Check his stuff out. Believe me, it works, bro. Just website, go on his social medias, hit him up, buy his stuff. It's worth it. Anyway, this is Joey the Bull. This has been another episode of Gym Crassers with Mike John. We'll catch you next week. Peace out.
Peace.